You've said the Keystone XL Pipeline won't be approved if it significantly worsens climate change. The State Department report has concluded that Keystone will not have a significant effect on climate change. So my question to you is, what more needs to be done on both sides of the border for this project to go ahead? And Prime Minister, I'd love for you to be able to weigh in on this as well. Et en français aussi, s'il vous plaît.
Well, as I've stated previously, there is a process that has been gone through, and I know it's been extensive, and at times I'm sure Stephen feels a little too laborious. But these are how we make these decisions about something that could potentially have significant impact on America's national economy and our national interest. So the State Department has gone through its review. There's now a comment period in which other agencies weigh in. That will be evaluated by Secretary of State Kerry, and we'll make a decision at that point. In the meantime, Stephen and I, during a break after lunch, discussed a shared interest in working together around dealing with greenhouse gas emissions, and this is something that we have to deal with. I said previously that how Keystone impacted greenhouse gas emissions would affect our decision. But frankly, it has to affect all of our decisions at this stage, because the science is irrefutable. We're already seeing severe weather patterns increase. That has consequences for our businesses, for our jobs, for our families, for safety and security. It has the potential of displacing people in ways that we cannot currently fully anticipate, and will be extraordinarily costly. So I welcome the work that we can do together with Canada. One of the wonderful things about North America is we have this amazing bounty of traditional fossil fuels, and we also have extraordinary businesses that are able to extract them in very efficient ways. And that's something that we should welcome, because it helps to promote economic growth. But we only have one planet. And so I believe that ultimately we can both promote economic development and growth, recognizing that we're not going to immediately transition off of fossil fuels, but that we do have to point to the future and show leadership so that other countries who will be the main emitters fairly soon, China, India, other emerging markets, so that they can look at what we're doing and we have leverage over them in terms of them improving their practices as well. So this will be a joint effort. I'm very eager to consult with Stephen around those issues, and Keystone will proceed along the path that's already been set forth.
Let me just say a couple of things. First of all, obviously President Obama and I had an exchange on this. My views in favor of the project are very well known. His views on the process are also equally well known, and we had that discussion, and we'll continue on that discussion. I would just say two things about the process. First, on the issue of climate change, which is a shared concern. Can the United States have similar targets at the international level? We already cooperate on in several sectors in terms of emissions reductions. But in terms of climate change, I think the State Department report already was pretty definitive on that particular issue. The other thing I just draw attention to, just because I think it's useful to point out the benefits to Canada, is the reform that we have done in environmental review and assessments of projects in Canada. As you know, a couple of years ago, we moved to reform our system so that we have a single review, wherever possible, a single review, a multi-dimensional review that happens over a fixed timeline. And I think that is a process that is tremendously useful in giving investors greater certainty in terms of the kind of plans they may have in the Canadian economy.